Hey guys, just wanted to give a heads up that this is actually the first part of about 2 or 3 videos regarding the latest Sun and Moon trailer and information that we have. I was talking and rambling, and after recording I realized that the video was about an hour long, so I know you guys don't really want to sit through all of that in one sitting, so I decided to break it up in a couple of parts. So it will end kind of abruptly, but it'll still hopefully be something that you guys enjoy. So enjoy the video. What's going on, my precious gems? Thank you for tuning in to Channel 4. I'm your host, Fore.K, and recently we've had a lot of Pokemon Sun and Moon news and information come out. It's been leaked out, it's been officially announced, it's been uploaded to the Pokemon YouTube channels, and I haven't really been able to, do any live reactions just because the times that the trailers drop, I'm at work already or I'm on my way to work, and it's just kind of inconvenient timing for me. But I figured, with all the news that's gone on, I kind of wanted to let the dust kind of just settle a little bit, and we can rewind, remix, and kind of talk about you guys. So if you guys are hyped for some Sun and Moon discussion, all of that good shit, then definitely be sure to let me know and leave a like to the video one good time, because Channel 4 is brought to you in part by the love and support of the precious gems that you guys are. And don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see any kind of other Pokemon and Sun and Moon news, content, and all sorts of other goodies. So I'm gonna be playing this this video in the background, just kind of as like a B-roll, basically. You'll probably see it just kind of change and all that throughout the video while we talk about it. So we have, and I'm gonna be pausing it throughout just to kind of pace ourselves a little bit. But we've got Decidueye, the grass ghost starter, and this is what Rowlet evolves into Dartrix, who evolves into this. Now this guy is super cool. His design is super sleek. He's definitely got the best design out of the 3 starters. I love his little personality. I love that his hood closes with his little leaf drawstrings. And now let's talk about his signature move, Spirit Shackle. This is basically we'll bring this back a little bit. This is basically, I want it to be at that awesome fucking curve that he does. This little curve right here, this is dope. Like how his hand, and then you see the leaf, and you see his oh wait, no, they're his drawstrings. He's using his drawstrings. That is fucking dope. This Pokemon has the coolest design and definitely the coolest shiny out of the 3 starters, aside from the fire starters, which have they're basically just their black is swapped out for white. But going back to Spirit Shackle, this is basically a physical hitting mean look. It's a ghost type attack, I'm assuming. In this trailer, you see him hitting the Sensu Oricorio, which is a ghost flying type, and in the Japanese trailer he attacks Alolan Raichu, which is psychic and electric. Now I don't really know what good this is really going to be doing for the Pokemon, or just in competitive in general. I can see if you're predicting a swap out, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw out a random ghost Pokemon, maybe you're predicting your opponent to go from a from a Sableye to a Metagross or Mega Metagross, and you're gonna want to keep that Metagross in because whatever reason, because typing or something. I don't know why someone would swap a ghost dark type that's super effective against a ghost grass into a psychic steel. I'm sorry, I don't know, this is a bad example, but basically if you want to predict that switch, you're gonna go ahead and use Spirit Shackle. I wonder what the power of this move is gonna be. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be base 80, base 90 power, and then plus that stab, it's gonna leave it at probably 120 or 125 base power. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm sorry, 135 if it were base 90. But yeah, it's kind of a unique move for sure. I mean, you don't really have any trapping moves that really do any damage, let alone with ghost typing. I don't know. And then going on to going further into the ghost typing, it's crazy that this Pokemon changes from a grass flying to a grass ghost. And I know that there were leaks that were saying that this Pokemon was going to be grass ground, or he was going to lose that flying typing, and well, they were sort of right. I did not expect Ghost. I did not expect Ghost at all, but you can kind of see the ghostiness. Decidueye is based off of deciduous trees, deciduous eye, and I'm guessing the eye is just for, you know, that accuracy that it has, because it's kind of like a marksman, and it's a sharpshooter. But it's deciduous trees, and I'm gonna look it up here really quick. I actually tweeted this out the other day. But deciduous means falling off at maturity or tending to fall off, and is typically used in order to refer to trees or shrubs that lose their leaves seasonally, most commonly during autumn, and to the shedding of other other plant structures such as petals after flowering or fruit when ripe. So basically, this deciduous means, you know, maturing or kind of going through that next stage in your life, and we see that theme coming to play in Decidueye and Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye's lore or Pokedex entries, I guess you should say, or I guess I should say. But you know, Rowlet, he's got this kind of like bubbly personality, not as bubbly as Popplio, all puns intended, but you know, he's kind of got like this little personality. He's just kind of like doing his own thing. He's like a little kid, basically. And then you get Dartrix, who is basically a teenager going through his edgy, like, My Chemical Romance, mom, this isn't just a phase. And, you know, you see him, you know, brushing his hair off to the side and everything mid-battle and all of that shit. And the Dex entries say, you know, you gotta mold this Dartrix's you know, maturity or his skill level. Otherwise, he's gonna, you know, keep floundering about, keep getting pissed off because his hair isn't right, or his feathers aren't right. And then you get Decidueye, who's fully matured, grass ghost, and coming out here and getting ready to wreck some lives as a full-grown adult. See, he's like, yo, I'm mature, I'm tired of this kid shit, I'm gonna brush my shoulders off. There we go. I'm pretty sure that this is probably gonna be definitely gonna be the fastest out of the starters. I'm thinking he's gonna have maybe over 100 base speed. I was thinking 115, kind of like Espeon or something, or, you know, as fast as Serperior, who has like 113 base speed. I'm thinking he's probably gonna be frail. Not the best defenses, probably base 70, base 80 defense and special defense. His physical attack probably won't be sky high. It'll probably be like 90 or something. His special attack would definitely be lacking. I can see his special attack being pretty high when he's Rowlet or Dartrix. Probably, actually, I'm not even gonna go into set numbers for the lower evolutions, because I don't know like Little Cup and all that. I only know OU and below. So yeah, I think Dartrix he's gonna be pretty good competitively speaking. I'm really curious to see what his hidden ability is right off the bat. I could see Shadow Tag just because, but he's got that signature move, which kind of is Shadow Tag. What could this man get? I don't know what his ability could be. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think his ability could be. I really can't think of any abilities right now that he could possibly have. Maybe Speed Boost. If he got Speed Boost, that would be fucking insane. I hate how all the Pokemon that are already fast get Speed Boost, but that's besides the point. But let's go ahead and move on to Litten, who evolves into Torracat and then evolves into Incineroar. And my god, you guys, we broke the chain, we broke the curse of a firefighting starter. And I know that you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, what about Delphox in Gen 6? Well, Delphox doesn't count because, I mean, Delphox does count in a sense, but I mean, we have a Pokemon, we've been getting rumors and lore of this Pokemon, even starting off as Litten or even Torracat, talking about how he's kind of like a fighter. He uses his fists, he uses his upper arm strength to body bag people, and it alluded to him being a fighting type. There's so many signs. I mean, look at this man. This man looks like a fighting type. He's a fucking luchador. He's a luchador. He's got a wrestling belt. He's a wrestler. That's what he is. He's not a luchador. He's a wrestler. And I'm really upset actually that in one of the leaks, I think it was one of the leaks that was like on 4chan that had like the whole dex leaked out and everything, and it kind of just had like the evolutions all spelled out with like the names and everything. And this man's name was gonna be what did it say? It's like Fore.K, which sounds fucking awesome because, you know, he's got this fire belt, he's a tiger, that fits. Fore.K would have been awesome. And then they give him Incineroar. That's the only thing that's really disappointing about this Pokemon, is that his name is just kind of like meh. It's really meh. But he looks dope. He looks dope. He is bipedal, which I know a lot of people were kind of upset about. That doesn't really affect me at all. It would have been cool to see if he was on 4 legs, just to see how that would have played out. But this man's cry is also just insane. It's like a legit just roar. And better than a Pyroar roar. So see, look at this guy. He's so animated. He's got so much character to him. Look at him. He's crossing his arms. He's you know, grabbing that little poppin'. He's like, yo, thanks, brah. And he's like, hey, don't embarrass me in front of my friends. So let's talk about his signature move, Darkest Lariat. And this man's like Killer Bee out here, just kind of, just body bagging that Alolan Raichu. And I'm gonna stop it right there, because look at that little pose he's doing. He's doing like a little victory pose, my man Incineroar out here. I don't care what anyone says. I'm actually gonna name this guy Fore.K as soon as I evolve him into Incineroar. I'm going to that name raider. He's getting that Fore.K name, because that is what he deserves. Now, Darkest Lariat, his signature move, I don't know how I feel about it altogether, just because you do see, like, it ignores the opponent's stat changes, which I believe, I feel like there's a move that already does that. I think it's Secret Sword by Keldeo. I almost want to say it's Secret Sword, and Secret Sword not only hits you on the defensive side instead of specially defensive, but it also ignores stat changes. I wanna fact check that really quick for you guys, just because I hate, you know, having that information or like saying things in the middle of my videos and then like it's completely fucking wrong. Secret Sword. Okay. Resolute. Secret Sword damages target based on. Okay, so no, it's just like a fighting Psyshock. There is another move that ignores stat changes, and or you know what? It's aware. It's aware. My dumbass. It's aware. That's what I'm thinking of. It's basically like aware in a physical dark type attack. I really hope that this gets a lot of power. Again, I'm thinking kind of same with Dartrix's move. I'm thinking probably base 80, base 90 power. I don't really know why it's I don't know why it's secondary effect. It just doesn't ring right with me. It doesn't matter. Like if it's a high attacking move, like a high power move, then that's one thing, but I mean, ignoring stat changes doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, you kind of get rid of Curse, you get rid of Iron Defense, or any of those like setups, or even what is it, like Evasion Boost. I'm sure it ignores Evasion Boost because it says opponent stat changes. It doesn't say just defensive stat changes. It says all stat changes, or it just says stat changes generally is what it's saying. And I wanna play this back real slow. Like I wanna play this back real slow. Like look at that. He's like spinning. He's like, I'm coming for you, nigga. Now I'm really thinking that this guy is going to get I don't know. Looking at him, he could have a decent amount of HP. He could have a decent amount of HP. Probably like 90. Yeah, he would have to have up to 90 HP. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and stick with. But 90 HP, he's gonna probably have some pretty decent defenses, you know, in those 80s. He's gonna be probably like a really average Pokemon aside from his attack stat. His attack stat's probably gonna be pretty high, probably above 100, probably 110, 115. I would go so far as even to say 120, because Emboar Embor freaking, he has like 140, no, he's got 123. He's got 123 base attack, and that's pretty good. Embor is really good, except for his speed is what hinders him, and I really hope that that's not what happens with Incineroar, because 65 speed is nothing, and even like slapping a Choice Scarf on it, that doesn't help it outspeed anything. So I'm really hoping that this man gets like at least base 80 speed. And I know that, you know, I'm throwing around a lot of 80s and 90s, but those are average. 80 and 90 in this day and age is like pretty average. I'd say like back in the day, you know, maybe 70, maybe 65 at the lowest was probably average and kind of standard and somewhat acceptable. But, you know, as the generations have gone on, as there have been more faster, bulkier Pokemon, stronger Pokemon, you know, things change. You know, metas change, averages change, expectations change, and I'm really expecting this guy to get some kind of good speed stat. We can't have a fight. Like, I'm not asking him to be Blaziken fast. I'm not asking him to be Infernape fast. I just want him to be fast enough to where even if I can slap a Choice Scarf on this guy, then he's going to outspeed, you know, like a Lando T or something, because Embor's only option is to Choice Scarf it, and I had Embor in the what was it, the PPC it was, and I mean, proud member of the Austin Agrons and everything, but he's just like, Embor is not, there's a reason why he's an RU, and I just don't want Incineroar to get that kind of treatment. He looks too clean, he looks too strong, and he doesn't look too fast, but I mean, look at that! Just look at that! Just look at that. But up next we got Popplio, Brione, and Primarina, and now this is Water Fairy, and oh my god, this is a beautiful Pokemon. I have Sun and Moon both pre-ordered, and me and a friend are going to be playing them both. She's going to be coming into town, and we're going to go to the midnight release and everything. And I already had a plan. I was like, yo, I'm going to start with Litten, and I'm going to start with Popplio. And they just making it too hard. I'm going to have to get a third game where I start with all, like, so I can start with all three of these niggas. Because I just, it's so hard at this point. It's so hard to decide. And it doesn't really, like, it doesn't ruin the game depending on which starter I pick, but at the same time, it's like, who's going to be my ride or die? Who's going to be my day one? This Primarina is looking like it's going to be my day one. I was not impressed by Popplio. I was like, this man is ugly as hell. And he glowed up quick. He glowed up real quick. And Water Fairy, that's really good typing. That's really good defensive typing, actually. This thing looks like it's going to be pretty fat, looks like it's going to be getting some pretty decent, you know, HP stat. A lot of water types get good HP and defense stats. So its signature move, Sparkling Aria, it heals the burns of whoever it hits, and that, I don't know why they did that. Like, why would they do that? Is that for doubles? Like, in case your I can't even say Volcanion because he has Water Absorb. It doesn't affect, like, okay, so your Vaporeon right next to you got Scald Burned or got Will-O-Wisp, and you're like, you know what, Vaporeon, take my Sparkling Aria. It's going to do some damage to you, but your burn is gone. That doesn't make any sense. That really doesn't make any sense to me. I can see, like, if I'm up against a Conkeldurr, and, you know, that's a perfect example. Prime member of the Austin Agrons, the WSS Season 1, but Primarina using Sparkling Aria on a Guts boosted Conkeldurr, I can definitely see that being useful, but that's so situational. Like, that's the only way I can see this move coming into use is removing specifically a burn from Guts users. There's what is it? Flare boosted. What is it? What is his name? Drifblim. Drifblim with Flare. Try saying that 10 times fast. Drifblim Flare Boost. Drifblim Flare Boost. Drifblim Flare Boost. Yeah, try saying that 5 times fast. Holy fucking shit. But I can, those are the only situations where I can see that happening. And not to mention, Flare Boost is a hidden ability, and I almost never see anyone using a Drift Limb with Flare Blue. Fuck that word, okay? Fuck all three of those words. Drift Limb, and then Flare, and then Boost. Fuck all of them being together in the same sentence. But Primarina is looking pretty dope, not gonna lie. It's looking nice and sassy, nice and beautiful. I told my friend I was gonna name it after her if I ended up starting with it. Which it looks like I'm gonna have to. Shit. I thought, because in the data mines there was a move revealed that this Pokemon gets called Aurora Veil. I thought it was gonna be the signature move, and I'm assuming not, since it does have Sparkling Aria. But who gets Aurora Veil then? Because Aurora Veil is a dual screens move. It raises the defense and special defense of your team in one turn for like 5 turns. So I don't know. I really thought that was going to be the signature move. I hope that this thing still gets it, because I believe Aurora Veil is either an ice move or a fairy move. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I don't think the data mines revealed the typing of the move, but excuse me. And yeah, I'm still kind of recovering. Last week I was hella sick, and you guys know this, and sorry if I just sound kind of like muggy, but yeah, I'm thinking Sparkling Aria, I don't think its damage is going to be that great, especially with this kind of effect. It's probably going to be like base 60 power. It's probably going to have like 100 accuracy. I don't think accuracy is going to be a problem. But yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be very low power given its effect, because you wouldn't want something that's like base 100 power hitting your own teammate just to heal a burn. That makes no fucking sense. But I'm also thinking that this thing's probably special attack is going to be good. I really hope it gets Moonblast and not just Dazzling Gleam. We saw way too many fairies come out in 6th gen that either got only Moonblast or only Dazzling Gleam and not both. I can't remember who is a good example of that. Wait, what am I talking about? I'm pretty sure that most fairies... No, because there's a certain fairy type, and I can't remember, and I only remember this because I was building it for a team, for just showdown fun, and I could not use Dazzling Gleam, but I could use Moonblast. So that, I don't know, I really hope that this gets Dazzling Gleam, gets Moonblast. It looks like it's going to be probably the best Pokemon competitively speaking, just because of its defensive typing. I keep wanting to say Dartrix, but Decidueye looks like he's going to be pretty good competitive also. I'd say these two, Primarina may end up in probably UU or OU. I could see Decidueye ending up in OU as well, given his speed, offensive typing, depending on his move pool. It's the move pools and, what is it? A lot of people, Shofu was talking about this. People say, you know, oh, because of its typing, it's a bad Pokemon. It's not just the typing that matters. It's, you know, the stats, it's the movesets, it's the abilities that matter. It's what the Pokemon can bring to the battle that makes it so good. It's not its disadvantages, but what its potential advantages can be that matter. And so, I don't know. I feel like give this thing the right moveset. It could be a good defensive utility Pokemon, or I can see it having high special attack. I can see it having like 90, 100, 110 base special attack. But you know, you see Pokemon that are kind of like rounded like this, and you run into a lot of special defenders like Florges, Goodra, Amoonguss, who else? I don't know, and I know I'm just literally basing off of the shape of the Pokemon, but look at Florges, look at Goodra, look at who else is a good example? Who's a good fucking Blissey? Round, fat Pokemon are especially defensive. Clefable, Gardevoir. Fairy typing is a specially defensive typing. That's what I'm gonna say right there. Rock types, you know, they normally get a very high defense stat, very high or at least mediocre attack stat, low speed, and those are like a rock type's attributes. Water types get a lot of HP. They normally get a lot of either physical defense or special defense. And then fairy typing, they get, you know, good special attack, good special defense, also decent HP, probably low speed. I could see this having 65 speed. I would be okay with this having 65 speed as long as it could take hits and it can wear my opponent down or it can body bag my opponent. That's all I gotta say about the starter Evos. And just look at its hair coming out of that. I can't wait to see that more in game, seeing the pearls come off.